Hey, what's going on? It's CTK1, and today we are going over my issues with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, before we start, massive spoiler warning, because we are going over every single Marvel title from Iron Man 1 to Black Panther Wakanda Forever, because Wakanda Forever is currently the newest MCU title to release until Quantumania comes out in February. So if you haven't seen all of these projects, click off the video, get a Disney Plus subscription, and then click back on this video. I'll be waiting. Now, before you guys start commenting, no, don't you dare. Before you guys start commenting, oh, CTK1 hates Endgame or whatever, when I say issues, I'm referring to plot holes within the movie or show's story. I am not saying any of these titles are bad, except for a few of them, like the Eternals. I am a Marvel fan, I am not blind. And just to get this over with, these are all the MCU projects I don't have issues with. Now, let's begin. Captain America, the First Avenger. Red Skull picks up the Tesseract and then he gets disintegrated? What? I mean, his cameo in Avengers Infinity War and Endgame kind of explain what happened to him. It just doesn't explain why. Iron Man 3. Tony Stark literally tells a domestic terrorist his home address.
Not a great plan.
Black Widow. First off, Natasha falls a lot, and she also lives a lot of explosions to the point where if she didn't die in Endgame, I would be convinced she's immortal. Second of all, this dude has like a pheromone that prevents Black Widows from harming her, and it's apparently so strong to the point where Natasha actually has to break her own nose just so it wouldn't have any effect. It's an effective weapon until you realize this universe has guns. More specifically, well, a sniper rifle. It doesn't matter if he has a god tier level cannon for breeze, it should have a limited range. Avengers Infinity War. Now, outside the whole you should have gone for the head shtick, the biggest problem with this movie is that Peter failed us. Not you, Peter, the other one. I get that this dude straight up killed your girlfriend, but couldn't you have waited 5 more minutes? Or at least waited until they actually got the glove off before hitting him? Avengers Endgame. Now, the only issue with this one is, did they really have to bring Nebula? Now, I'm obviously not saying anyone could have predicted past Nebula, like having interference from future Nebula being in the same time period or whatever, but at the same time, Nebula is a cyborg who a certain purple psychopath kind of knows all too well how to track.
Not a great plan.
Disney Plus's Loki. Why, Sylvie? Just why? I get that this dude straight up erased everything you know and love for seemingly no reason, but because of you, Cassie Lang is going to be pissed. WandaVision. Ralph Boner. Do I need to say more? No, you do not, past me. No, you do not. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now, if you want a actual explanation, then watch this video on screen. But the TLDR is that the ending monologue should take its own advice and do better. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Okay, this dude straight up had the rings for 1,000 years or something like that. Shang-Chi wears the rings and that sets up a beacon. Like, does he have some type of, like, mutation or something? It's more of a unexplained detail than a plot hole, but I still want to bring it up. The Eternals.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
What do I like about this movie? Okay, let's just go down the list. Icarus is not only a Superman ripoff, but he's also a suicidal hypocrite. Kingo straight up ditches everyone during the final fight scene. Sprite sucks. And Cersei can suddenly turn Eternals human?
からそんなことが起き
Doctor Strange in the M.O.M. Wait, I get that you have to destroy the temple so no one takes the Darkhold ever again. It's just, why did you have to be in the building when it got destroyed? It's a little extreme, don't you think? And towards the end of the movie, America Chavez is seen practicing magic after she already figured out her whole star-shaped portal power. I mean, I'm not saying this is a bad thing or anything. It's just, I would have thought finding your parents would have been higher up on the priority list, but I guess not. Disney Plus's Hawkeye. Now, this is less of a plot hole and more of just a realization that Jack, he went from murder suspect number 1 for his uncle's murder to casually stabbing people a lot and everyone being fine with it. Okay then. Disney Plus's MoonKnight. I mean, they have to know that Jake Lockley is a thing, right? Disney Plus's She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. Okay. Some people really don't like this show, and all I have to say about that is, have you seen Velma? Really, my only complaint is that episode 6 was completely unnecessary and this show needed more Daredevil. Disney Plus's MsMarvel. Okay, her bangle suddenly makes her time travel? What? Thor, Love, and Thunder. Man, I was really looking forward to this one, but it was just disappointing. I mean, the whole eternity grants one wish thing, it's cool and all, but doesn't it kinda question the point of Endgame and especially Infinity War? Plus, his name is literally Gore the God Butcher. Why would he listen to Thor? Werewolf by Night. Why did it specifically have to be in black and white? The Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. I'm sorry, Ego is Mantis's father? I mean, it kinda makes sense, but at the same time, why did Ego let her live? The Tom Holland trilogy. To start off, Spider-Man Homecoming is supposed to take place around 2 to 3 months after the events of, Captain America Civil War, which means it would have to take place in 2016. However, it also says that it takes place 8 years after the events of the original Avengers movie, which that doesn't make sense because Avengers takes place in 2014, which would have to mean it takes place in 2020. Wait, what? Far From Home has the tiny issue of Friday, a military-level AI system, never telling Peter that Quentin Beck used to be a Stark employee. It doesn't matter if he claims to be from a different dimension, you should still tell him that he has a record. And No Way Home, not because of the spell, watch this video to see why, but because this is what Electro looks like from The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and this is what he looks like in No Way Home, and that's just not explained whatsoever. And finally, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Now this one is so good. The only issue is that there's this one scene where Namor actually stabs Shuri, and because she's pinned by the spear, she actually has to end up impaling herself. It's kind of gruesome, but my main issue with this scene is that right afterwards, she actually walks, or I should say front flips it off, as if nothing ever happened. Shuri, listen, I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to be able to front flip after straight up getting impaled. And that's my video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because we are aiming for 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year.